What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to talk about whether it's right to send billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine, or whether that money actually should be going to small business owners in our country who desperately need our help based on all the difficulty of the past 4 years. And unfortunately, my friends, this is a story that's happened all too often in the last 4 years. Because when the pandemic hit, so many businesses were closed down, were negatively impacted coast to coast across this country. And certainly there were a lot of good programs, the Paycheck Protection Program, the EDL, other programs put together to help the small business owner. And probably the most helpful of all these programs was and is the Employee Retention Credit, known as the ERC. And so let's look at some of the facts here. What do the data tell us? Well, we know 2 years ago, and obviously throughout the many last couple of decades, the United States and our government has decided to invest billions of dollars, actually trillions, into wars in foreign countries that ultimately were not won, ultimately did not produce the results that they intended. And now, 2 years ago, the United States and our Congress and our senators and our president decided to send at least $75 billion to the country of Ukraine. And now they have just passed another bill to send an additional $61 billion to the country of Ukraine. It's not a strategically beneficial country in terms of any financial interest that businesses and our government have as a country. It doesn't impact us a lot. And yet they've made this decision, whether you agree with it or not. That's what's happened. Those are the facts. And so now let's look at some of the other facts. According to PolitiFact and even our Vice President Kamala Harris, over 9 million small business owners, 1 in 3 small business owners have been negatively impacted and actually forced to go out of business. Maybe that led to bankruptcy. Maybe it led to their entire life savings being knocked out. Family-owned businesses that had been in families' hands and under their control for decades, gone, wiped out. Those are facts. Those are indisputable facts. And so the question is, as U.S. citizens, as small business owners, entrepreneurs that most of us watching this channel are, what should be done? Should we continue to invest all those billions over there, or should small business owners get it? Well, let's ask somebody who's maybe more intelligent than I am, maybe more successful than all of us. That would be Ray Dalio, author of Principles, founder of Bridgewater Capital, very successful business, and he is a thought leader about so many different things that are going on in the world right now. But here's what he says. When government can invest in productivity, that's the best thing that government, or our tax dollars, the money that you and I pay every year that keeps on going up, if that money goes to productivity, good things happen. If they just pass money out or invest in foreign wars, that doesn't really bring much return to our country. So what happens when we invest in small business owners? Well, guess what? They create the products and services that improve our lives. Who creates most of the new jobs in this country? Is it Google and Facebook? It is not. The new jobs in this country are created by small business owners, the majority of new jobs. And so when we invest in small business owners, amazing things happen. So this ERC program was created, it was helping many small business owners, and in September 2023, the government decided to stop sending the money out. There are millions of small business owners waiting for this ERC payment, this refund, this tax credit to come in so that they can take that next step as a business owner. Many are in such a bad position from the past 4 years in the pandemic that if they don't get this employee retention credit, jobs will be lost, businesses will fail, and more pain and suffering will happen in our country. So what should we do? Well, I think the answer is very clear. We should invest in small business owners. We should invest in U.S. business, not just with words, but actually make that investment as taxpayers, as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, instead of sending hundreds of billions of dollars out the door to foreign wars and countries. According to entrepreneur David Sachs, who worked with Elon Musk at PayPal and is an expert, he believes these investments are only going to prolong a war, lead to more death, and ultimately still lead to a loss. And the odds and all the data seem to favor that, regardless of whether you think it's justified or not. So should that money be going to small business owners? There's no question. What should you do? You should share this with everybody, and you should reach out to your congressmen, your congresswomen, the senators. Everybody out there should be known that this ERC program should move forward to help small business owners, because if it doesn't, they will go out of business, more jobs will be lost, and that, my friends, is a fact. Come on back, share this with other entrepreneurs, and let's win in 2024.